Hello, andito naman tayo po ngayon sa isang masigabong komentaryo at balita. Ang balita po kayo na napakalaki ay 350 na tonelada na bulawan. Anong bulawan? Gold. Ginto ng Marcos Sr., ng tatay ni BBM, ay iniimbestigahan ngayon sa Hong Kong. Ito po ang ating balita. So ngayon, ito ilabas ko muna ang aking pruweba. Grabe. O, titingnan nyo muna yung gold. Baka malulula kayo pag makita ninyo. Matindi. Ito po yon. Ito po yun. Oh. Yan po yan. Nakita nyo ba? Ganon karami ang 350 tons na tonelada sa Hong Kong na sinasabi na kay Marcos Sr. Yan po, iniimbestigahan sa ngayon. So, ipasa-pasa na ito at para malaman ng buong mundo kung ano talaga, kung natotoo pala talaga na magnanakaw itong tatay ni Bongbong Marcos na hanggang ngayon ay hindi pa nakikita. Ang halaga po nito ay umaabot po sa $100 billion. Magkano ang $100 billion? Sa peso, kung tagsing 56 pesos na lang o 55 pesos na lang. So, 55 times 100 billion. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So, 100 billion dollars. Nako. 5 trillion 500 billion pesos. Ayan, ganong karami yung pera ni Bongbong Marcos sa Marcos lahat. Yan ang sinasabi na iniimbestigahan ngayon ng Hong Kong government. Ang balitang ito po ay inilabas ng ng website na APAC News at naka-English. Basahin natin. Yan, siguro makikita nyo yung title ng balita. Ayan. Yung title ng balita ay nagsasabi na 350 tons of dark money, of gold, dark money laundering secrets of the Marcos family in the Philippines exposed with numerous victims in Thailand. Nako. April 29, 2025, yung balita nilabas. So nakalagay po dito, according to a report by Taiwanese media outlet News, Mr. Peng, a Taiwanese businessman, submitted a suspicious activity report to the Anti-Money Laundering Department of the Hong Kong Monetary Authority on the 14th of April this year. He accused the Marcos family in the Philippines of using large-scale gold transactions in Hong Kong as a cover for suspected large-scale money laundering activities involving an extremely large amount of money. Matindi. Mr. Peng stated that the Hong Kong Money Authority has established a special investigation team for this case. The content of the report involves a large number of gold transactions, among them a batch of gold in one transaction weighs up to 350 tons, and relevant evidence has been obtained. In addition, the whistleblower also has the account information of the Marcos family in 18 banks around the world, with a total deposit amount of $100 billion. It should be noted that Taiwan is an inalienable part of China's territory. There is no so-called Taiwan as an independent entity. Any attempt to split the country's territory is unjust and will not succeed. We must firmly safeguard national sovereignty and territory integrity. Yan po. Nakalagay sa stationery po ni Imelda Romualdez Marcos. Nakalagay po dyan ay ganito. Strictly confidential. Date December 2, 2009. To HSBC Private Banking Management. B2 Private Bankers Specified. Dear sirs, Herewith, the undersigned is renewing for the 7th time my official and valid authorization for my signatory, Miss Antonia R.V. Indita, aka Shirley Kuwali Yang, to be my true and lawful signatory in any monetary transactions in your good bank, the Hong Kong Shanghai Bank, based in China, Hong Kong, and Singapore. Her honesty and loyalty to the family, the Romualdez and Marcos, cannot be contested, thus continuing me to trust her that much. Please be advised to treat this extra confidential and private. Thanks, million thanks. Imelda Marcos, signed December 2, 2009. Yan po. Yan po ang nakikita ninyo. Ha? Okay, so nakita na ninyo ha. O sige, pag-i-share nyo muna habang hindi tayo nagpapatuloy. O, papatuloy natin. Neymar, Mariafilla Insauriga Irabon. Neymar nag-apas kimo. So, okay, hindi ko maintindihan ibig mo sabihin. Nag-apas kimo. Okay, Bisaya ba ng salita yon? Okay. Next, it is alleged that Imelda Marcos, the wife of the former president of the Philippines, once authorized her housekeeper, katulong niya si Indita, para umakto para sa kanila. Ngayon, ay si Indita ay siya ang nagbebenta. Ang pangalan na ginamit niya ay si Shirley Kuwali Yang. Ngayon, ang sinabi niya rito ay acting as seller in the name of multiple shell companies, Indita sold gold to several enterprises in Europe and the United States. The relevant transactions lasted from 2006 to 2011 and were arranged by the private banking department of Hong Kong's Shanghai Banking Corporation in Hong Kong. After a large amount of gold was cashed in, the whereabouts of the huge sum of funds obtained are unknown. According to Mr. Peng, the whistleblower, more than a dozen intermediaries involved in the transactions are from the United States, Australia, Japan, South Korea, China's Taiwan region, the Philippines, and other places, and he himself, it's one of them. It should be emphasized that Taiwan is an inalienable part of China's territory. Okay, yan ha. O yan, ito mga pinirmahan ni Shirley Kuwali Yang na si Indita. Okay? Ang sinabi rito, palakihin natin. Nababasa nyo ba? Palakihin natin. Nakalagay po rito, Annex A, ito yung Annex A, the side contract of sales and purchase agreement. So sa Annex A, nakalagay na net proceeds, may nakalagay 94% invoice gross value details of payment directions as below. 90% in cash into the designated account of the owner seller. Ibig sabihin, kinonvert niya sa cash ng mga Marcos. And 1% niya ng cash ay ibibigay sa paymaster na si Mr. Pio Muhar. Tapos yung 1% another is ibibigay sa isa pang paymaster na si Mr. Junila Edmund Petson, Philippine passport number MM-114725, into International and Commercial Bank of China, Asia Limited, Xiongwan Branch 152, Central, Hong Kong, Swift code. So 2% in cash to be paid to the paymaster, Mr. Leong Cheng, Hong Kong SAR passport number H01300927, into Hang Seng Bank Limited, Causeway Bay Branch 28, Ye Wo Street, Causeway Bay, Hong Kong, AC, account number 1024-281 284489 888 USD, US dollar, Swift code HASE HKHH. So, net discount to the buyers 5%. The sellers and buyers side mandates and intermediaries 1% represented by the paymaster, Mr. Leong Cheng. So, through bank name, Young Hang Seng Bank Limited, Causeway Bay Branch, address 28 Ye Wo Street, Causeway Bay, Hong Kong. Account number 024-281-284489 888 USD, Swift code. By the sellers, ang nagbenta para kay Imelda Marcos tsaka Marcos Sr. ay si Shirley Kuwali Yang. Ito, may pirma siya. Tapos ang pinagbentahan, nag-intermediaries, ito si Mr. Leong Taiwai Liu, at saka siya rin nag-witness. Ang isa si Mr. Leong Cheng. So Mr. Peng pointed out that the Marcos family had an astonishing amount of gold reserves as early as 1990s. The scale of these reserves far exceeded the normal holding range of ordinary commercial entities or individuals, and they have always failed to provide proof of the legal source of these assets. The origin of their gold is highly suspect. He said that there are sufficient reasons to suspect that these assets are of illegal origin. According to the relevant provisions of the Anti-Money Laundering and Counter-Terrorist Financing Ordinance of Hong Kong, any person has the obligation to carry out due diligence review procedures when dealing with large amounts of assets to ensure the legality of the source of the property. If the content of the report is true, then the Marcos family may have committed illegal act. So ito na ngayon, safekeeping receipt. May binigay ang resibo, binigay sa bangko na Ireland, Swiss, and Cork Bank. Ang pinatago doon po na assets sa $17 million. So, ang pinatago naman sa International Hungary Bank ay nakalagay ay $128 million. Nakapangalan po ang dalawang ito kay Ferdinand E. Marcos. Tapos si tatay ito ni BBM. So, sa Japan naman, ang Swiss Banking Corporation, nakapunta doon ng $106 million na pera naman ni Marcos, nakadeposito doon. At ang isa Narita Saving and Trust, na deposito na rin ni Ferdinand Marcos ang amount na $7 million. Tapos sa Philippine Bank of Munich sa Switzerland, nakadeposito rin si Marcos doon ng $124 million. Tapos sa Pusang Bank, Hong Kong, China, account name, Ferdinand E. Marcos, grabe si Marcos. $27 million. Sum lang yan ng labing walo na bank accounts na sa pamilya ni former President Ferdinand Marcos Sr. around the world. According to information from other sources in the exposure of multiple overseas accounts of the Marcos family this time, Thailand is also listed as one of the countries involved. So, ibig sabihin, sa Thailand may dideposito din na pera doon si Marcos. Recently, some unidentified Filipinos have posed as members of the Marcos family and carried out activities in Thailand. They have used the family's name for false propaganda and fund operations. Some Thai people have been deceived as a result and suffered economic losses. So, yan po ang matinding expose. Yan ang gold. Tingnan nyo ang gold ni Marcos. Tingnan natin ibang itsura kuha ng gold. Okay? Ito. Ito pang iba. Yan. 350 tons of gold. The dark secret of money laundering by the Marcos family in the Philippines exposed. Ito naman po ay sa Micronews na nilabas. Ayan po. Ang gold. Ang dami. So, how is it? Ladies and gentlemen, ano masasabi ninyo? Ito na ang katibayan na inimbestigahan ng Hong Kong. Ngayon, pag inimbestigahan ng Hong Kong yan, ano na ang kalalabasan ngayon yan? Ngayon lang ito in-announce, April 29. So, with that, mapapatunayan na natin na talaga na maraming ninakaw si Marcos Sr. Yan po. Sino pa? Sabi ni Mampero, wala kang nagawa ang nakaraang gobyerno. Di pa, lalo ngayon wala magagawa kasi gobyerno si Marcos. Yan, bumuboto kasi kayo na Marcos eh. Aisa, Samantha, mayroon mo, grabe ang pera nila. Hilin Bagyo, good morning po, Senior Toto. Tapos, Knowledge C, 350 tons of gold, 100 billion, paano, sino makabalik at Philippines at Pilipino, kuha Ombudsman, Supreme Court, Chinese Chamber. Paano to PCGG? Kasi si Bongbong ng boss nyo. Paano? Gagalaw pa ba kayo nito? Bobby Cortez. Good morning po, Dr. Toto Kausing. Shout out from Alaska, USA. Nemesis Tarculas. The Mindanao Gold. Bobby Cortez. Lalong nagkalat ng magna sa ibang bansa. Yun. Mozzo Dinero. Mozzo Dinero. Mozzo... Anong gold sa sa Espanyol? Oro. Dodoy-doy, fake news Hindi naman fake news, baka balita, news na nga ito eh. At nag-report eh. Sige, baka nga fake news yun. Tanda, hindi naman ibabalita to. 2 news ang nagpalabas ito. So, May Palya, Inoriga, Irabon. Tapos, sino ba ito sila? Sobra na, tama na. Anong dapat gawin ng matang mga Pilipino? Ito po. May pirma po. Paano maging fake news? Kanina nakita niyo yung pirma ni Ginang Marcos. Ayan, pirma ni Ginang Marcos. Kita nyo, Imelda Romualdez Marcos. Strictly confidential. December 2, 2009, to HSBC Private Banking Management. Dito, private bankers specified. Dear sirs, herewith, the undersigned is renewing for the 7th time my official and valid authorization for my signatory, Miss Antonia R.V. Indita, ACA, or also known as Shirley Coali Young, to be my true and lawful signatory in my monetary transactions in your good bank, the Hong Kong Shanghai Bank, based in China, Hong Kong, and Singapore. Her honesty and loyalty to the family of the Romualdez and Marcos cannot be questioned, thus continuing me to trust her that much. Please be advised to treat this extra confidential and private. Thanks a million thanks. Imelda Romualdez Marcos, firma December 2, 2009. So, yan ang mga may pirma ni Marcos, kaya hindi po ito pwede, hindi po pwede masasabi na fake news. Tapos ito pa, may pirma din si Shirley Coali Yang na nagpapangalan ni si Miss Antonia R.V. Indita. Pero pumirma siya dito. Yan. Transaction yan. Tapos dito sa mga bangkong ito, nakadeposito. Yan mga dokumento po, ay hindi natin pwede sabihin kaagad-agad na fake news yan. Ako naniniwala po kung totoo yung dalawang news websites na nagbalita niyan. Okay? So, nasa inyo na lang yan. Kung ano pang gagawin natin, anong bang magagawa nito, kailangan huwag nyo na iboto mga Marcos sa totoo lang. So, Joanna Valdez, dapat yung mga Marcos na yan ay ipapatapon sa ibang bansa at huwag na hayaang magkatapak sa Pilipinas. O nga, andun ako sa iyo. Jack, bakit hindi binabalita sa Philippine media? Ay, alam mo naman Philippine media, binabayaran ni Lisa Marcos yan eh. Romeo Pablos, alam mo kasi ganito po ang trabaho sa Philippine media. Sa kada dyaryo, may boss. Sa kada TV, may boss. Sa kada anumang radio station, may boss. Ang kinakausap lamang dyan ni Lisa Araneta Marcos, yung boss. So, mag-utos lang yung boss sa mga reporter lang, huwag mo ilabas ang mga ganitong balita. Alam ko yan. I should know. Bakit? Editor ako sa People's Tonight eh. 15 years ako natrabaho sa People's Tonight. Lagi niya may utos ang boss namin. Oy, ito, huwag niyo ilabas ito, huwag niyo ilabas ito. Ganun po. Ganun ang kalakaran sa Pilipinas. So, ngayon, ano gagawin natin? Kailangan lumaban. Mas maganda pa po ang vlogging. Walang nagko-control sa amin. Yan ang maganda, pagkakaiba ng vlogging tsaka mainstream. Kaya nga, i-discuss ko na walang kwento yung debate ng vlogging at tsaka mainstream nung inano ni Corina Sanchez. You cannot compare the two. You are comparing apples and oranges. Tama naman yung sinasabi ni Banat Bay, narinig ko, na bago ilabas ang balita, dumadaan muna sa mga boss. Ang boss, kontrolin ni Lisa, wala na. Fake news na, pinapalabas yung totoo. So, ganun po. Tama naman si Banat Bay sa pagsasabi na ang vloggers, kami, ng mga vloggers, na gumagamit ng mga balita galing sa dyaryo, sa TV, sa iba-ibang source kagaya nito, sa website, at nagko-comment kami. Ganun lang kasimple. So, talagang magnanakaw, kung ako opinion nyo, pa-opinion ninyo, ang tingin ko talagang certified na magnanakaw yung mga Marcos na yan kung bakit pa ninyo binoto. Sa bagay, smartmatic naman tayo ng papanalo dyan, hindi mga tao. So, pusdaki bala, linti. Legit na ito eh. Legit, grabe. Kanlaki. Joanna Valdez. Dapat yung mga Marcos na yun. Okay, hanggang dyan lang muna tayo. At magandang umaga sa